one of the greatest players in history was cheated out of his career.
I noticed Mahmoud was not standing for the national anthem.
Am I saying that everything in America is bad? No. But wherever the bad is, as a Muslim, we don't stand for it.
Mahmoud never said, I'm gonna burn the house down, but the Klan burned his house down.
His willingness to take a stand, we should be celebrated for that.
Get a great offer courtesy of KG Certified and BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Sign up using bonus code KG1000 and your first bet is risk-free, up to $1,000. The BetMGM parlay specials, daily odds boosts, fan-friendly promos make it the best place to bet on all your favorite sports, for real. Download the BetMGM app today or go to betmgm.com and enter bonus code KG1000 and place your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Yes, I said it, $1,000. Nothing beats a W at BetMGM. Man, y'all know what it is, man. It's truth and Kev, man. KG Certified, let's get it. I want to hear your thoughts on, is it too late for Dame to leave this situation?
I mean, I'll tell you this, Tick. You know, one of the greatest players to ever play, and he's given everything he can to a franchise that can't build a championship contender around him.
I feel him.
And I know more than anyone, you feel this situation. As loyal as he's been, and similar to your situation, as prideful as he's been, it gets to a breaking point, and I'm sure this is something you can talk about because I know you probably never wanted to leave Minnesota. You left your heart, your blood, sweat, and tears. You gave that city everything, and you wanted more than anything to win out there. But it gets to a breaking point, and I saw that with you. It was like, man, it wasn't no more juice you can give. You felt like I could see it in your interviews. I could see it, on the court. You just look exhausted night in and night out. So it was just like, man, it ain't taking us nowhere. And I see the same thing in Lillard finally. As much as he said, I ain't never leaving Portland, I'm never gonna join up with a superstar. He said all these things over the years, but it's just like, man, at the end of the day, we competitors. It don't matter how much money been made on and off the court, you competitors at the end of the day.
Right.
And when your legacy and it's all said and done, you want to be known as that guy that won in this league, right. and that he one of them guys. And so I feel like he reaching a breaking point to where something has got to give to where he gonna be like, look, it's time for him to move on from Portland.
And they got to respect it.
And you got to respect it.
Because he not put the time, he not put the work, he not put the belief, he been in the community.
And it's more than just move on from Portland.
Right.
It's like, what's the best situation to put him in a situation to where he can win right now? When you look around the league at certain teams that say, hey, they a Dame Lillard away from not, they a contender, but you put Dame Lillard over here, they might become the favorite.
What are those teams right now? Jumping off right now, you think you put Dame Lillard over there.
But what's realistic? I think Philly is realistic. You throw in some draft picks if they got some. You throw in a young talent like a Maxey and Tobias Harris, to get the salaries.
Dame Lillard.
Who else? I mean, you can find a way to put Harden, Dame Lillard together. You talk about a big three.
I think Dame takes a lot of pressure off the big fella too.
And he take pressure off Harden because we know, Harden had his past situations in the playoffs to where he needed somebody else to take pressure off because all the pressure been on him a lot of times.
How do you do that with a ball-dominant guy like James Harden, though? Dame ain't so ball-dominant with the Simmons kid and then having CJ, too. You know what I'm saying? So he used to playing with another backcourt mate who can kind of defer to and go to for, bringing the ball up, responsibilities.
I think they can share duties.
Facts. Or initiate, right?
Yeah, initiate. Yeah. But I think Dame Lillard's better off the ball than James. Because, you can bring Dame Lillard off a down screen for a jumper. You can spot him up. James is more of a ball-dominant player, but he's been less of late. They've been playing with a better pace. He's been coming off the ball, and I really like the way James has been playing under Doc to where he's not so ball-dominant as he has in the past, but they can switch those duties. I mean, you can make that work. You seen Kyrie and LeBron do it.
Facts.
You just seen LeBron and Wade. You just seen ball-dominant guys play together.
Yeah.
Because the great players, they figure it out.
Yeah. What's another team you like them at?
If you can
That's
find
just
a way.
Dame Lillard away.
That's a Dame Lillard away that can really, man, realistically, and you got to look, all right,
He's not going to get traded in the West either.
Not going to get traded in the West.
That's another thing.
Right.
He coming
so
east.
if I'm looking at an East Coast team, shoot.
Listen, man.
If there's a way you can come off.
If he can get the Bulls, I know don't nobody take the Bulls. Man, the Bulls, man, listen. The Bulls.
But do that really make them a contender?
What?
Who you trade? Lonzo. Man. You got to come off Lonzo.
Well, Lonzo hurt, so you can't trade him.
Well, yeah.
He hurt. So I'm just talking, I don't even know. I'm not a GM,
Ooh.
you know what I'm saying? But man, if you can get, Lord, you're gonna have to give up, you can't give up DeRozan, you're gonna have to give up that Zach piece probably. Mm-hmm. But Zach is a great piece to get if you Portland. He's from the Washington area. Man, the Bulls, man, listen, the Bulls are a Dame Lillard away from really, I really do, man. It's, listen.
I mean, we saw the effect Chris Paul had on Phoenix.
Facts.
You know that?
Facts.
We didn't know that Phoenix, at the time, a team that was at where they at was a Chris Paul away from being a finals contender. So you may be right.
Listen, I like Zach for Dame. They both make, decent, bread to line up. And if you get Debo, Dame with Vucic and that Bulls team, man, listen, the Bulls are like the Pacers to me, bro.
What about the Knicks?
Dame go to New York.
I mean, you got to find a way to get
showstopper. That's a showstopper.
You throw R.J. Barrett
That is a
in there.
showstopper. Dame get to the Knicks.
You get him to the Knicks. You get R.J. Barrett, a young talent. The Knicks probably got some draft picks in there. I got to do my little research.
Brunson Lillard. Ooh, that's
and
a
you got the
deadly.
big fella down there. He been killing.
Yeah. Randall's having a really good year. He has some.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's really shooting the ball well. It seems like he's better too in that New York.
25 and 10 a night.
Yeah, he's killing.
He should be an all-star. Man,
we got to ask him, man, where would Dame go? Where do you think Dame should go if he leaves Portland? And then, do you think he should leave Portland?
Yeah, I think it's breaking moment. It's a breaking point now. I think it's time.
I just want to say this. I've been in a situation where, you win it, and it's hard, like seeing yourself out of something other than what you know. Mm-hmm. And, if I can go back and tell my younger self, I would tell myself something totally different. But when you give, and you know this, when you give in your heart and you doing things with your heart and you doing it with intent, you doing it with vision, that's all you see. You get blinders to the point where, and the one thing I can actually say sitting here appreciating about my decision is that what I did not anticipate is the relationships you build while you're in the league. Man, we had so many countless nights where it was either a ride on the bus, getting off the bus, in the hotel lobby, in someone's room, in someone's car, just soaking up game. And the value that I got from Paul, the value I got from Ray, the value I got from Rondo, the value I got from Big Pert, the stories and the stuff that I was able to give to guys, the younger guys like T.A. and Baby and Leon and Avery and Keon Dooley and Keys and playing with like, I could have never fucking got that. And my pride was the only thing standing in the way from doing those things. And for me, I want Dame to, when he gets to the point where he's 45 or 43 or whatever, he's done with the league, he's sitting back with his friends, he can actually say, hey man, I played with an Embiid. I played with another great that was cool, that was greater than me, that pushed me, that made me better. Imagine what Dame could be like around another player of his caliber. You hear what I'm saying? And that's what I'm actually talking and speaking to. So his value to me is a lot greater than where he's at now. And he don't even know it. And it's that prideful, I've done this work, I've made this house, I built it. It's time to leave this house and go build another one somewhere.
Look, you know what? If I was Dame, the one person who I would consult in all this is LeBron James. Think about LeBron's career. He was in Cleveland. LeBron James is a let-it-go pro.
He didn't want to leave Cleveland.
No, he a let-it-go pro. He understood that I had to go. He understood that the window in Miami was like, all right, it was like they won. He was like, I gotta go. He went to Cleveland. He was like, the window, he understood that. more than anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so like when you think back at our career, would you have did something different? Maybe, maybe not. But he understood that part.
Yeah,
he knew when it was time to go.
Yeah. He knew his window of opportunity.
He knew his window
too,
more so than a lot of different other guys,
Dame
like
still,
the old school guys.
Dame still got that window of opportunity.
Yeah, he got the window, but he got to let it go.
He got to go right now, though. And these next two are just like this year, Pete.
If you can this year, if there's an opportunity for that, yeah. If not, this summer.
If they don't make the playoffs, you expecting him to leave?
I don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs. And for a guy his caliber, his level, the level he's still playing at, that's draining. That's draining for him.
It is, because he's giving everything. So, man, the Sixers, man. Man, the Sixers are on a fucking tear. They are, I think, 16-4 in their last
20.
And yeah, is it? You know what I thought, man? Matter of fact, let me hear your thoughts first, and I'll go after you.
I think they're starting to become who we thought they would be, pretty much. Because when you look at the roster, you say, oh, you added Harden, you saw the potential of Maxey, Tobias, you know what and obviously you got the MVP candidate, Embiid, who's been dominant once again. I mean, they becoming who we thought they was going to be. When we talked about this before the season, Philly was one of them teams we said going to be in the mix. Like Milwaukee, Boston, Philly. Like they was always in the conversation. And just because they started off slow, they starting to learn each other. Remember we said, look, how many games do it take for you to get a rhythm? They starting to get their rhythm. And their potential is showing. And they healthy now. They healthy. When everybody else is dealing with injuries, they dealt with their injuries. Right. And you know, there's still some more time left in the season, but they dealt with theirs early.
I say they started off the season with injuries. You know what I'm saying?
And I like what Doc did by taking Maxey out the lineup because it gave him more balance now off the bench.
Right, and it's one ball
they
dominant.
Put Milton in there, a guy who can defend, knock down shots. He don't need the ball.
Nope.
You know, Maxey a guy who kind of need the ball. When you got Harden and B, you know, guys that need the ball, it gave the lineup, and Tobias, it gave the lineup more balance and some more defense in the starting lineup. So I like what they did. That's Doc making them adjustments, though.
Yeah. Tobias, too, man, he picked it up a little bit, and I can see Maxey coming off the bench, having a little more simplistic role, coming into the game, knowing what I'm doing. A lot of that, you can't do that when you're coming off the ball, especially when you head man, you know what I'm saying? So him coming in, being able to have that retraction where he can just run it, you know, fast pace, get the touches. They look like they in shape.
They look faster. Remember we talked earlier, they was a slow team.
And then it was half court. They was giving it to Harden. He was going 14 seconds, giving it to Embiid. It looks fluid. It looks like everybody's into the flow. Only thing when I look at the Sixers, man, I've always say consistency. Like, how long can you keep this up? I know those guys are motivated by the All-Star game, like all young players. I always watch as All-Star voting and all that, the All-Star rubbish starts to, you know, kind of simmer. You start seeing people's games and energy levels start to, you know, dip a little bit. So I always want to know what the consistency level of the Sixers. Like, can they keep this up? You know what I'm saying? They've shown that they can, but you already know that you got to have a certain temperature.
So in saying that, look, the Sixers second place in the East, been balling everybody in the rhythm. If you got a shot to trade for Dame Lillard, would you still do it?
You got to. Man, they not gonna have no chance to get a Dame Lillard no more thing.
And you got to give up like Maxey.
Yeah, let's do it. It's for the future. It's for big fella. Big fella ain't been the same since Jimmy Butler. You know why? Jimmy Butler said, get your ass down there. Ooh, man, Dame Lillard, one of those. He one of them niggas that can take the game over from a guard. Come on, man, you can't. Man, you know how hard it is to take, man, you know how to take games over? You know, man, to take a game over? Man, that motherfucker one of them ones, man.
He one of them
You got to go get Dame Lillard right now.
Ooh, with the way they playing, the rhythm they got.
We going. We gonna throw him right in this rhythm. He in rhythm too. Boom. He gonna be in the rhythm of the night. He gonna jump right in that shit. Boom, watch. He gonna jump right in that shit. Straight up. You get Dame Lillard right now, dog, that's the talk of the league right there. And then the whole East shifts after that.
We need to just push that narrative.
Man, y'all heard it.
Lillard,
Certified.
we need to get you to Philly.
You heard it. And we ain't even that. You know what I'm saying?
We just looking out. We want you to have a shot. That's it.
Facts. I want to see you win it. I want to see you go to the prom. I want to see you dance.
Just an opportunity.
Get it in there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, man. One of the ones. I grew up in SEC country, so I watched him at LSU. I watched him when he was a whole nother player, and he became and transcended in who we know him to be. He was always a dope shooter, always had, man, you talking about fast? You talking about fast and electric, and then he was the first guy I saw shoot the ball and pulls his hands back. You remember guys would shoot and go like this? He was the first person I would see come off pick and rolls and just let it fly. And he reminded me a lot of Pearl Washington, who was one of my favorites to watch up in the Big East, who played for Syracuse. And Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was one of those ones that had that same style but a better jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Pearl didn't take a lot of jump shots. He got to the rack a lot. Mahmoud was the same way. And then when he got into the league, he took on a whole another energy and another belief in what he was seeing in his life. And he was still one of these ones. I remember Will Avery, shout to Will Avery, was a rookie. And we was beating the brakes off, I forget who he was with. I want to say the Grizzlies when they was in Vancouver. But I went to Will Avery, said, hey, listen, you got to guard my man. You know, he's serious. He can put some points up. Will was like, nah, it's garbage time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, young fella, this is what I'm telling you. He got there and waved me off. Fuck out of here. Boom, he get in here. Man, dude, get like, man, not call him dude, but Mahmoud got like 25 and like a 6 minute work, like came in and got some work off. But he was one of them ones, and again, he stood for another cause and social when it wasn't cool to stand for it.
Yeah.
And he was bringing awareness to a lot of things that was going on in the neighborhoods and just stuff that was going on from our community. And yeah, League kind of doused him. League kind of outed him and just made a mockery of him and got, you know, I don't want to say a mockery, but they definitely put it down like, nah, you going against the establishment and then you didn't hear from him or you didn't see him anymore. He didn't go to any other leagues. And when you did hear from him, it had a purpose. And yeah, but
he was Kaepernick before Kaepernick.
Facts.
I mean, he stood on his beliefs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I remember just watching him on TV. You know, when we all go through the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, he go into his prayer
Facts.
and he kind of turned his back.
Facts.
You know, that was part of his beliefs because he didn't feel like America stood up for him. And so, you know, every man, and that has to go, that's the thing about the constitutional rights. You know, everybody get a chance to, like, freedom of speech. And he didn't get that. You know, and for that, he was blackballed from the league. And, you know.
I'm glad Showtime did a piece on it.
And this is definitely something we're going to have to watch, you know, because it's going to give me more in-depth view of what he went through and what, you know, his stand was for. Yeah. You know, I don't know completely 100%. I'm speaking off what I see. But I'm glad that Showtime that they're going to put something together because I can get a better in-depth view of what he went through during that time period.
I know that story, man. That should be a good one. Shout out to Showtime for that one, man, because that's going to be a good story. Let's get it. Y'all know what it is? Game picks of the week. So let me ask you this, B. We got the Lakers in town, in Massachusetts. They come to see the C's. Is it still electric for these two teams to still play?
It's always. It don't matter where they at as far as, like, levels. You know, Lakers is at the bottom, but you got LeBron. You know, LeBron is on the verge.
AD coming back, I heard.
AD coming back, and the Celtics, they the top team in the East. All the basketball, it still don't get
Saturday
no better.
night.
It still don't get no better than that rivalry in all the sports. You know, the names on the back change, but the name on the front still the same. And it's just always gonna be a thing.
Saturday night,
you know,
Boston.
I'm gonna be there, front and center.
That shit gonna be lit.
Front and center, baby.
It's gonna be lit. You know, Brian Love coming into Boston too, making a point. I think anytime you put these two together, it's always gonna be fireworks. I don't care who on the team. When I got to the Celtics, Johnny Joe, shout out to Johnny Joe, and some of the what I call real Celtics, I call them the commission, you know, Twist, Lynchy, all the guys, Ellis, Sir, they pulled me to the side, it's like, listen, it's 3 games that we got to circle. And I was like, what games are those? He circled the Knicks, he circled Philly, and then he did the Lakers in a big-ass green, like a Kelly green, like this game right here. I don't care where we play. We can play it on the moon, play it in outer space. We got to win these games. We play these fuckers.
Right.
I was like, damn.
Right.
Like, this is just, you know what I'm saying? You're part of it. And then when we played the Lakers on a regular night, it was like a playoff night. That's the first time I heard being in the locker room, and you can hear them beating on they was on the early, beat LA.
Right.
Beat at 5 o'clock. We played these niggas at 8. It was beat LA. We in the locker room like, what in the
First
fuck?
time I could hear it, oh, man.
I was like, damn, this is different. I was like, I ain't never been in something like this.
Right.
Yeah, this is different. But yeah, man, who you got winning it, man?
Yeah, I expect the game to be a really nip and tuck game. AD gonna be back, and LeBron is playing out of his mind. He averaging 30 at the age of 38, 20th season, which is ridiculous. But then you got the young Bulls. You know, these are the type of games, no matter where you at, you get up for this game. This is gonna be treated like a playoff game, period. So you gotta, I expect to get the best out of everybody on the court. We saw it in the first game in LA. It brought the best out of Tatum, LeBron, AD, Brown. Everybody played well. I expect the same thing, and it's gonna come down to the wire, but I just think Celtics got the edge at home.
Really? I think so too. I think the C's are playing better than most. They're up there with Philly with just consistency and just how they've been playing lately. And then when I watch them play, they're playing with so much purpose.
Yeah, they be having the little lapses though. Lapses. They like they lost to Orlando again. They lost a game. They lost to Miami, a game they should have won with no Jimmy Butler. They be having little lapses then. But I know it's hard for them to get up every night, versus teams like that without your superstar or a team at the bottom. But I know for sure they're gonna be up for this game.
No, this gonna be a shindig. This gonna be the get on right here. And I look for all the stars to be stars. And yeah, the building gonna be lit. Everybody and their mama gonna be at this game. This gonna be the game to be at on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else cracking more than this right here. Saturday night in Boston. So it should be a really good game. It's gonna be on ABC too, eh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Should, as it should. If they start in the Knicks and the Knicks and Nets at 5:30, that's because they respecting the matchup that's up in Boston. It's gonna be an East Coast weekend, man. Ain't nothing going on. Hey, look.
I don't know. Is KD not back?
Cracking, man. I just told you, man. It's the East Coast everything. Everything this Saturday is East Coast love. We're going first in New York at 5:30. We're gonna get everybody ready for the big on, and we're gonna let the Nets and the Knicks get it on in New York. We're gonna take it over to Brooklyn, take it over the bridge. They're gonna get it in. It's really like a home game for the Knicks. And listen, the Knicks playing well. I don't know if KD gonna be back, but man, it's like, P, we've been in Brooklyn. The one game that the next circle that you gotta win is the Knicks.
The in-town rival.
In-town rival. And then the Knicks fans are loud in Brooklyn. So yeah, this is gonna be a shindig. This is gonna be a nice little appetizer.
Let me ask you this.
It's gonna be a nice appetizer.
Let me ask you this.
For the Lakers Celtics.
You got Randall and Brunson. And you got KD and Kyrie. They both pull up to the spot in New York. Who getting in first?
Listen.
Who getting in first? Who getting dinner reservation? They both walk up together. Who getting in first?
Where the restaurant at?
The restaurant in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Who getting in first? KD and Kyrie, they walk up to the club with Randall and Brunson. They both walk up. Who getting it? Who they letting in first?
Man, Brunson and Randall. Got you right here, bro. Right here. Randall, right here. Yeah.
What?
I mean, we right here at the door, same. All four getting in at the same time. Real shit. But if it's gonna be some Knicks shit,
there's one booth left, one VIP booth.
Come on, Randall. Who is the game between the Knicks?
I got the Knicks winning Saturday. Yeah, no KD.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Knicks. I got Knicks.
Kyrie been on a mission though.
He been balling, but I think the Knicks. Yeah. I think Brunson and Randall, RJ. I think that's too much for the depleted.
I actually think that Brunson and Kyrie will actually even each other out. I think that I say this. I say Kyrie a step above it, right? But I'm saying Brunson has a green light to where he can go. If Kyrie give me 35, 38, and Brunson give me 33, 35, that's even to me, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Randall is the key for me. When he goes off and gets 35 and he gets 19,
25 and 10.
That's what I'm saying, Lord. When he do that, it's hard to beat the Knicks because they engaged.
RJ Barrett gonna give you
RJ
18,
Barrett, he
20.
aggressive, you know what I'm saying? But then you got, the Nets. Think about when Seth and all those guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need more from Ben. That's what I need. I need more just whatever Ben is bringing to it to give more of it. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been that solid piece, man. You know, I know we talking about places where Dame land and shit, man. You know, being around that kind of, that's a shit show for Dame though, if he came there or if he was in the Brooklyn situation. But yeah, I'm just thinking about the parts of Brooklyn and where it's at too. Both teams playing well. It should be a good game. A good game to warm you up for the big shindig. Ben Simmons got to show me a little more than what he's doing, bro.
Strike me as a guy that
loves basketball.
That love the game.
Yeah, that's what I look at. When I watch him, he seems to have more distraction off the court than he doesn't look engaged. You know what I'm saying? When I watch him play, bro,
something changed.
Yeah, something clicked. Now you see that he ain't even. Joe, how the fuck are you in the league and you ain't got a jump shot? Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear this shit. Like that's what I'm talking about. Shit like that, mate, don't burst me up, but I'm like, damn, you know how hard you gotta be to have a game to 12 to 15 feet and 15 to 17, 17 to 19 feet to be able to be, man, you ain't got no J in the league? You ain't got no J in the league? How the fuck are you in the NBA and you don't have a J? Bro, get the fuck out of here, man.
That's NBA starter package these days.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't have a J? How are you not in the league?
You gotta come to the league today with athleticism, 3 tattoos, and a J. That's NBA starter pack.
That kid ain't had a J since he came in here. And you know what's crazy? He now got a couple deals off of not having a J. So he thinking it's cool.
Yeah.
Bro, how the fuck are you in the greatest league in the world and you don't have a jump shot? Or you shot under 10 J's in your career? What the hell? Bro, let me see.
He got the yips.
Bro, what cameraman? Hey, bro, if any scientists are out there listening to this, if y'all got a rejuvenation formula for legs, call me. Because I'm finna go at the league again. If they handing out $200 million for no niggas who can't shoot, I'm gonna try this. Yeah, I can shoot. I just need to be able to run a little longer, you know what I'm saying? Right now, if they have some body legs.
I could get you.
Right now.
Right now, I could get you one stop on anybody in the league. One possession. I could get you one stop.
Ooh, because I already know what you're doing. You're playing the first and
I
second
could get you one stop. You need one stop, I can get you one stop in the league right now.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. Word. I believe that. Call me.
Y'all need to bring me in for a 10-day.
30 seconds. Nah.
30 seconds left on the clock.
Hey,
I can get you one stop.
We need to stop for the game, big fella. Word.
I get you one stop.
Hey, listen, that's real. Because you only got to play 2 moves.
I can get you one. I'm good for one stop in the league.
Right, because you're going to play 2 moves. If you're a scientist, you know how. You're going to play the first move, and every
one
first
stop.
move got to count.
That's it. After that, I'm done.
Burn.
I'm
got
done.
you, Pete.
I can get you one stop in the league right now.
A one stop?
One stop.
Can you play a whole game right now?
I can get you one stop.
I said, you think you can play a whole game right now?
Hell no. Hell no. I can't even get you past one stop.
I don't believe that.
One stop.
You jogging. You ain't getting the ball.
I can get you a down and back, one stop, and an open 3.
Nah, fuck out
I can get you that.
You ain't that burnt. You ain't that burnt. Fuck out of here. You can go 10 minutes in the game.
Hell no.
You tripping.
I can't even go 10 minutes in the weight room.
What?
Damn.
Nah, you tripping. You can get 10 minutes, Lord. 10 minutes be gone.
10 minutes. All right, we're going to have to break that 10 minutes up like
10 minutes? It's 10 minutes.
We're going to break that up like what we do in the hood. We're going to have to stomp that thing down. Mash that 10 minutes down. We have to step on that like 10 times.
I mean, let's move some football. Right, we got the football cracking. Football cracking right now, dog. Football is cracking.
Damn,
I did not see the Bills.
Team I was going for is out, so I don't know what's going on.
It's just fucked up right now. So we got the Niners going to the Eagles. The Eagles are 2.5-point favorites.
Ooh.
Man, this to get on for the get on. You know, I didn't like the quarterback for the 49ers look shaky, dog. Man,
they got one of the best. If 49ers go to the Super Bowl, this is going to be the biggest Cinderella story we've ever seen in sports. This should be up there with like the Linsanity moment. This kid was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
I'm going with the underdog because myself, I've always been an underdog, and I'm from the West Coast. So I got the Niners. I got 9. I'm pulling for the underdog story.
Yeah, I like the Niners too, but this Philly team seems to be.
No, they stacked. But I like this underdog story. This is a better story.
You think so?
In San Fran, it's a better story. And you said this, they can manipulate games. What's the better story? What's the better story for TV? For TV.
I'm going with the Eagles.
What's the better storyline for the Super Bowl? What's the better story?
It's the Eagles' year.
It's not about who better
It's the Eagles'
no more.
year.
What's the better storyline?
I'm going with the Eagles. Joe Burrow's kryptonite to the Pat Mahomes show. You understand what I'm saying? And Pat Mahomes got the high ankle sprain. And it looks tricky. You already know, P, when you get ready to make your move.
He ain't got that mobility. That's going to be. If he can't get out the pocket and do what he do, I don't know.
You don't know? He ain't the same quarterback?
I mean, he can throw. He's still Patrick Mahomes.
He's still P. Mahomes.
I mean, but this kid, Joe Burrow.
He on his way, bro. And then, two, I got Joe in that conversation for the next, you know how we talk about Brady, Manning, and man, he in that conversation with Trevor, with Pat Mahomes, with kid in, what's the kid in Buffalo? The quarterback in Buffalo? Big fella?
Yeah, my boy.
Help me out. Who?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yeah. Like, he's in those conversations with those, you know what I'm saying? Joe B gonna be right there. I got the Bengals winning this.
Yeah, I see the Bengals, 49ers. Think about this story, though. You got Joe Burrow, #1 pick. My guy, Purdy. Is that his name, Purdy?
I think so, yeah.
Last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
This is storybook.
He poised, too.
This is storybook. You got the first pick versus the last pick quarterback. It's about the story.
That's what you're doing.
Remember?
You selling it, eh?
It's about the story.
It's the headline?
Yeah, it's the headline.
And then who wins that? Who wins the Super Bowl?
Right now, the state we are in America, with the recession looming, we need a great story. I gotta go with the underdog. I think San Fran gonna pull this out.
I don't think the Bengals lose 2 times in a row. I think
I
Joe
might have
B.
to put some bread on this.
I think he gonna bring the cigar out. I think it's gonna be a cigar moment for Joe B. He gonna do his little dance. He gonna It's gonna be one of the moments. That's
What's odds San Francisco right now? I'm about to throw something down on them.
I mean, do what
right
you do.
now.
I think you owe me a Mastro's dinner too. Run it back. Run that back. Show Peter, you know what I'm saying? Run it back. Hey man, and those are the BetMGM picks of the week.
Hello, beautiful.
Things are about to get wild.
Having any fun yet?
I need you to continue trusting me.
Wherever you go, we go.
You attack my family, it'll be the last thing you ever do.
You gotta be bad to do good.
What did you see?
He's done it again!
Not still the alpha!
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
Whoa!